Welcome to the Quiet Between, a place to pause for a few minutes in the middle of a noisy world. I'm Mark Ammons, and I'm glad you're here. There are burdens that many of us carry that the world never fully sees. Invisible pressures, unspoken fears, emotional exhaustion, hidden beneath ordinary routines. Someone may smile warmly and go to work, answer messages, make dinner and care for others, and still be carrying something profoundly heavy inside. That heaviness can be grief, worry, loneliness, financial pressure, family strain, physical exhaustion, and, questions without answers. So much of human life happens beneath the surface. And because we cannot see what others are carrying, it becomes easy to assume that everyone else is managing life better than we are. But they aren't. Often they just aren't. Often they're simply carrying their weight quietly. And there is something both heartbreaking and beautiful about that. Heartbreaking because so many people are suffering silently. But beautiful because despite it all, these people, us, you, me, the person walking down the street in front of us or behind us, are continuing to love. They continue to serve. They continue trying. And they continue just showing up for each other. Sometimes I think one of the hidden truths of adulthood is realizing how much invisible courage exists all around us. The parent quietly worrying about their child. The caregiver who rarely rests. The person trying to hold together a struggling marriage. The individual carrying chronic illness. And the soul grieving privately while still smiling kindly at strangers. So many people are surviving difficult chapters while outwardly appearing ordinary. And perhaps that realization, the acceptance that that is fact, can soften us. Maybe it can make us slower to judge, slower to assume, quicker to offer patience, and quicker to offer kindness. And maybe you are carrying something quietly too. Maybe there are worries that follow you into every room you go. Maybe there are responsibilities that feel unrelenting. And maybe there are wounds that never seem to fully heal. And perhaps part of what makes life difficult is not only the burden itself, but the feeling that you must carry it alone. But I don't believe that strength always looks like pretending everything is fine. Sometimes strength is simply refusing to harden, refusing to become bitter, refusing to stop caring, refusing to let suffering completely extinguish tenderness. That kind of strength is rarely loud. It usually appears quietly in ordinary moments. A tired person choosing patience. A discouraged person still offering compassion. A grieving person still remaining open-hearted. And perhaps one of the kindest things we can do for ourselves and for others is to remember that nearly everyone we meet is carrying something we cannot see. Which means, well, it means gentleness matters. It means patience matters. It means mercy and grace matter. The quiet kindness that we offer someone on an ordinary day may arrive at exactly the moment they need it most. And sometimes, when life feels especially heavy, we also need to extend some of that gentleness and grace toward ourselves. To acknowledge that carrying difficult things is exhausting, that surviving hard seasons takes energy, that weariness does not mean failure. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to need rest. And you're allowed to admit that some seasons are just heavier than others. And still, there is courage in continuing. Quiet courage. Steady courage. Human courage. And perhaps that is enough for today. If these quiet reflections are meaningful to you and you'd like to support more conversations like this, you can subscribe or become a supporting member through The Quiet Between. And if someone came to mind while you were listening today, consider sharing this reflection with them. Sometimes even a small reminder that we are not alone can make a difficult time feel a little lighter. I'm Mark Ammons. This is The Quiet Between. And as always, thank you for being here.